Hi Bromies, it's your boy Ricky here with Bromero Cards for Picket Studios today, and welcome to the channel. I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you so much. Today I'm going to be making a card using some products from the latest release. I am super excited to do that. We are going to be doing some heat embossing. We're going to be doing some die cutting. We're going to be doing some alcohol marker coloring. We're going to be doing all the things today. But before we get started, I just have a few things to ask of you. First, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do, because there's some amazing artists on this channel and I think that you would love it. Secondly, click that notification bell so that you know a new video has come out. Third, leave some comments down below. Let's talk about the cards, let's talk about card making, let's do all the things. And then lastly, share the love. If you know someone that may like this video, send out the link to them and let them see this video. So without further ado, let's get started looking down at the dust to see what we're going to be using today. All right, so we are going to be using the Sara Girl stamp set along with the matching coordinating dies. We're going to be using the More Fanciful Feathers die. We are going to be using the, what is this one? I have it covered up because I put it in packaging already. This one is called Floating Dreams. It is a background stamp, Floating Dreams. We're going to be using some black and white cardstock, the stamp wheel, and some black ink. So we'll go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and do some stamping. So we're going to go ahead and place, we are going to do the white cardstock here. And what we're going to do is we are just going to stamp this background stamp onto this paper. And we're going to do it on 2 pieces, I believe. I think we'll need 2 pieces. So I'll just do one, show you guys how I do it, and then I'll do the other one off camera. And then we can come back and take a look at everything. You guys taking this off? It's like you have to be Hercules. All right, so we're going to go ahead and lay that down. We'll go ahead and get the stamp wheel here, get that nice and put down onto the wheel. We're going to rub this down so that we make sure that it's nice and conditioned because it hasn't been used before. And then we are just going to use our intense black ink and get this nice and inked up. Let's get this stamped out. That everything's lined up. All right, let's see what this looks like. That looks great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp this out again on another piece of paper and I'll be right back to show you what that looks like. Okay, after I measured things, I really didn't need this second piece of paper that needed this print, so we could just use this one here. And what I'm going to do here is we are going to die cut each one of these feathers out in this print. So I'm just going to lay this out here. I'm going to kind of try to get them so I can get the most amount of room because I may have to do just one more cut from this, but we shall see. All right, so I'm going to run this through the die cutting machine. I'm going to put a shim on here because it does have texture in the paper and I want that to make sure, that shows through. So then we'll just run this through the die cutting machine. And then we'll see what this looks like. All right, this looks like it's going to be perfect. Yeah, that looks great. So I'm going to go ahead and take the rest of these out, and then I'm going to cut out 1 or 2 more if I can get 2 out, and then I'll be right back to show you the next step of the process. Okay, so we have the feathers cut out, as you can see here, and my kind of idea here is to place these onto the card, the black cardstock. So I kind of want to do a situation of where like these are kind of here. We have this big one here, and then kind of like that. And what I want to do is glue these down to the cardstock how I have them here. Maybe just, I'm like about right there. I want to glue these down, and then I just want to trim this down to be 4 by 5 1/4. So we'll go ahead and get our glue. We'll go ahead and get these glued down. So I'll go ahead and glue these down, and what I'll do is I'll cut the cardstock or the card panel down to 4 by 5 1/4, and then I'll come back to show you what we're going to do at the next step. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to glue this card panel down to this card base. And I know that I just want that to be flat, so we're just going to take the glue, put it all along the back here, and get this glued down to the card base. There we go. All right, so we're going to get this set to the side, and then I'll be right back with the next step. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is stamp out our image of the Sara Girl. I have her here. That's what she looks like. And we're just going to stamp her out just as we did with the feathers. And we are going to do some alcohol marker coloring for this. So I'm just going to get her nice and juiced up here. Get her stamped out. There we go. All right, she looks good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let this dry a little bit before we start Copic coloring, and then I'll be right back and we'll do some alcohol marker coloring. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of Copic coloring here, or actually not Copics, Olo markers. They are a new marker to me. I've never used these before. The first time I've used them is actually doing this little swatch here to make sure the colors that I want to use are going to work. So we are going to be coloring that. So the first thing I'm going to do is start out with the lightest color, which is 3.4. And we are just going to get this nice and covered up. I have to say, I enjoy these markers actually just the first time using them. I like the coverage. Pretty nice. You know, I'm used to doing Copics, so it'll take a little getting used to. I am only having half the markers, which will take a little getting used to, but you know, we'll work it out. All right, so we have the lightest one down, and now we are going to do the next darkest color, which is 3.7 or 7.6, sorry. And then we're just going to go in here and kind of do some shading around the skin. And you guys, I'm not an expert colorist here, so you know, I may not be doing something right, which is fine. You know, this is just kind of for fun. You know, we just do our thing here as card makers. All right, so we have that down. Let me bring that down a little bit more. All right, then we'll come in here with the darkest color. Just do a little more, and I might have to bring in that dark, actually. I am going to have to bring in that one darker color in, or the mid-tone. I'm going to need to bring that in out more, if you understand what I mean. Basically, I didn't go out far enough with the mid color, and I'm just covering that up with the dark now. So, so we will come back to the mid, and we're just going to drag this out a little bit more here. And then we'll come back to the lighter color and then just kind of cover that in, bring this in. And we're just going to blend these colors all together. Try to get rid of some of these harsh lines, which that's looking pretty good. Let's do, let's just kind of smooth that out a little bit. And then we'll bring in 3.4. There we go. So that looks pretty good. I like that color. That's really good blending. I really enjoy that. And so for her hair, I think I'm just going to do this darker color. We're going to see what this looks like. Yeah, I think I'm just going to color her hair just all one color. Actually, I'm going to do a darker color. Let's do, what color is this? Yeah, I like that. So we're just going to come in with, there is a feather in here. I just realized that as I was coloring it, but that's okay. Just kind of, I just want her hair to be darker. I didn't want her hair to match her skin tone because I don't know if that really happens in real life a lot, that our skin tone matches our hair. I don't believe so, but, and we're actually going to color all that in because I messed up. I was a little careless. We'll make that look like that's all her hair. And then there we go. Then for her lip, I wanted to do like this burgundy red. Kind of like a lipstick. Then for the butterfly, I kind of wanted to do this like aqua color. And then blend in this bright pink. It kind of makes a purple there in the middle. I think that's beautiful. And then we can probably, we'll just do our trinket. There we go. All right, so this does have a coordinating die, so I will go ahead and get this cut out and we'll start the next process of making the card. Okay, so we have our Sara Girl cut out, perfect. Now what I want to do is go ahead and cut this sentiment out that comes along with this coordinating die, and it says love. I'm going to cut this out on the die cutting machine out of this pink, and then I'm going to cut it out about 3 or 4 more times out of regular white cardstock, and I'm going to glue those all together to make one chunky love. So I'll be right back to show you guys exactly what that looks like. Okay, so we have all our pieces here now. We are going to start putting the card together. What I'm going to do is put some foam tape on back of the Sara Girl to get her nice and propped up onto the card. Go ahead and put some foam tape on the back of her. And then let's go ahead and get her placed onto the card. Alrighty. So she's on the card there. Beautiful. I love her. And then we are going to place this love here that I have stacked on 3 pieces of white cardstock. We are going to glue that down to the card panel. And we are going to put something heavy on top of that, so we make sure that it sticks to the card. I think about right there is good. Alrighty, so I'm going to stick this item on top of here, and then I'll be right back and we'll show off the remaining of the card. Okay, as I started to finish this, I feel like it needs a little touch of fancy, so I decided to I'm going to use these sequins. They're called All About the Galaxy, and I'm basically just I've already have them laid out here where I want them to be, so we're just gonna get them glued down. Need a different tool though, because those tweezers aren't working for me, so we're going to use this little tool here instead. Then we have the last one here. Alrighty. So there we go. That is today's card. I love how these Olo markers blended. I'm actually really happy about that. It's nice to use another product other than Copics to actually color with. They turned out great. They blended well. I love them. I can't wait to use more of them. And you know, we have our touches of fancy, even though they're a little hard to see because it's on the black cardstock. So I just really love this card, and I hope that you enjoy it also. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. You leave some comments down below. Click that notification bell so that you know a new video has come out, and share the love. Send this video out to someone that you think would love it. Also, all the products I use will be down in the description. So if you click those, I would greatly appreciate that. And until next time, friends, I'll talk to you later. Bye.